Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? I hope you are fantastic, super, and great. Yes, we will get to the first possible hurricane, asterisk, landfalling on the United States of America in a moment, but first, let me just say thank y'all very much. THORnews is saved again, and you guys are incredible, amazing. I appreciate all the love, the help, the support, prayers. This has been one wild ride for 6.7 years. And we are going into crazy season. And I definitely wouldn't still be doing this without y'all, the good and great people out there who believe that we can make the world a better place. Okay, so hopefully everybody made it through the full total solar eclipse on the second. Well, I know that during the eclipse, I totally freaked out and had a breakdown. But then everything got better. And the weird irony of it all is that it feels like THORnews got saved by the 6.5 earthquake in California. Because when that happened, it was like doomed. And then that happened. And it felt like bells went off in people's mind. I could almost feel people around the world going, THORnews was right again. And it's not about me being cocky or arrogant. It's just I put out a lot of solid information. And at times it's been hard to get people the truth. And the truth of the matter is, in my opinion, and my studies, that the gas giants all being on the same side of the sun has major effects on the sun itself, which is the driver of all weather and climate, and our whole solar system, and our planet and atmosphere and oceans and core. And so one of the stories we've been tracking is how planet Jupiter has an unraveling sunspot, and its sunspot has definitely had some shrinkage going on. I don't know if it got in some cold water in the summer, but this photo was taken by Efrain Morales in Rivera. Sorry. Another thing, Mercury is going to the station right now, and Mercury will be retrograde on the 7th, and then you have a Jupiter opposition on the 9th, and this includes Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Ceres retrograde, and then you throw Harvey retrograde, and then you throw the speedy and mercurial Mercury into the mix. Well, expect some communications to be a bit foobar, and you may be at a loss for the right words at times. But be patient and keep your heart good, and we'll make it through this. But as I've deduced and looked through all my research by doing this full time as your planetary defense commander, I have found that every single time you get the major gas giants on the same side, especially Saturn and Jupiter, so close, Uranus and Neptune, that is when the majority of North America has had its earthquakes. Like every major earthquake or volcano eruption in the United States on record, every single one of them has come when all the gas giants are on the same side of the sun. And so this is to me, a major finding. And so if you combine that with the grand solar minimum asterisk, I don't think anyone knows exactly what the sun is doing. The sun is a mystery. Then we are in for a wild ride over the next 6 years. And we really have to work together as a team, Team Earth, to adapt to these Earth weather changes. Put aside our political bullshit differences, because the old system just ain't going to work anymore, bro. Okay, so we're looking at noctilucent clouds, because like I said, when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people act weird. And so our noctilucent clouds, which are the highest of all clouds, they say seeded by meteor smoke, are now kicking. You see, the Earth is like a McDLT, where the hot side is hot and the cool side is cool. Well, technically it's like a McDLT lava lamp, and then the hot and cold spots bob around. So these new noctilucent clouds are almost like a layer above a layer above a layer, protecting us from outer space. And so we have seen outer space pushing in on inner space. So everybody's got to learn how to dance, baby. DJ, give me a beat. All right. So another thing I've noticed is that Earth has been getting hit by about 40% more solar wind than on the average year, which is going to increase the instability in our weather and the charges in all the charged particles. See, Earth is entering a stream of solar wind flowing from a hole in the sun's atmosphere. Wind speeds could reach 550 kilometers a second on July 5th. So, expect more weather weirdness. And with the solar eclipse just 3 days away, I want to remind you that living in Houston, Texas, 5 days after last total full solar eclipse, things got weird and we got Hurricane Harvey. And so we are now watching what is kind of like a mini landicane, which is like a land hurricane, that is going to dip down. Actually, the models, honestly, in my opinion, the models don't know what to do with it. I've been watching it for about a week now. And some models had taken this weird low of a chain of lows. One had taken it into a Category 3 hurricane that smacked Nova Scotia. And now the King Euro model has it fiddling down, coming into the Gulf, strengthening, and then coming back up through Tallahassee / Miramar / Destin, and then going out the coast. And so every single model is drawing a different thing. But I'll remind you that the heat in the Gulf right now is like hurricane gasoline. So we will be monitoring the system. And another reason that the Gulf is going to be extra hot this year is because the Mexican volcano situation is lit and has been lit all year. You've got Colima, Fuego, 2 new volcanoes in Mexico that have erupted. But the granddaddy of them all, Popocatépetl volcano in Mexico, has been going off every single day all year long. We're talking gas emissions, smoke, ash, major lava eruptions. It has been a feat, and so that will only add to the variables and instability this hurricane season. And we are in chapter 1 of hurricane season. And so this is a look by Greg Postel, regardless of any chance of tropical cyclone development next week, which is still slim overall from this early view. A Midwest MCV thunderstorm complex is sliding south over Gulf waters with a front in low and toe is one way to initiate the process. And so Florida, Alabama. So yeah, watch this puppy come down. Come on, work with me, baby. You can do it. I believe in you, GIF, however you want to be pronounced. Thank you. So watch as the low moves down. It emerges into the Gulf for almost a day and a half on this model run. Like I said, the model runs have been, each model run is different. And so then it resurfaces back up in hits Florida as the models now have it drawn up as the Category 1 storm that I showed you to start the video. And so it would come back up. And so we will continue to watch that. But right now, this would be a Category 1 strength hurricane. So, things are so weird. Seeing a dipping, retrograding landicane transconfigure, remorph into a hurricane from the Gulf is definitely something we're going to keep our eyes on. That's what I do for you guys all the time. Just keep you updated. And I appreciate all the love you guys have given me. So like I was saying, the Gulf waters are like hurricane gasoline with Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune retrograde. Ain't no telling how long this will dip into the GOM. And remember, it only took Hurricane Barbara 24 hours to go from nothing to a Category 4 hurricane. And so, no, I'm not saying this thing's going to turn into a Category 4 hurricane, but I'm saying things have been getting progressively weirder since 2012. So it's best for everyone to be prepared and be ready. And for God's sakes, people, can we please work together? So no matter what, the southeast is going to get a whole lot of rain. And if you'll notice, the orange, which is a heavier rainfall total, is starting to encroach upon our southeast. Dang you, Mercury Retrograde. So, speaking of Hurricane Barbara, people are like, yo, dude, she's heading into cold waters. You ain't got to worry about it. And well, where wind speeds may blow up everybody's skirt, I get my tingles from water, because water is what does the most damage. So as your planetary defense commander trying to save lives, you got a ton. This, depending on its process and what it does, this has potential to bring a ton of rain. If you get some form like the earlier one, this could bring anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 inches of rain, I would think, to Hawaii. Remember, this is only the first in the chain. And as someone who's done a stellar job covering hurricanes for you since Hurricane Matthew, that once hurricane season really starts, like once we start getting hit by them, it's not going to stop until November. So everybody needs to get ready. We have a hurricane coming, I think, great chance in the middle of September and in the middle of October for the Northeast and Florida. I could be wrong, but right now my track record is really good, and all the evidence shows that there's a good chance that I'm probably going to be right. And even if not, it's not going to hurt to prepare for whatever this hurricane season is going to throw at us. More concerning, though, is the giant clump of rain behind Barbara, which will probably be our next Pacific named storm. It has a 60% chance of development over the next 48 hours and 90% chance of development in the next 5 days. And you can see that it's just a giant area filled with massive amounts of rain. And the lightning situation is lit. Right now, I've seen it go from 37,000 strikes to now 39,000 strikes. And last night, it got up to 44 before I went to watch fireworks with Fitzroy, 3K the H, and Bradley the G. 3 of the 4 members. We were 3 of the 4 one-time members from the sky. Anyway, and so that was great, but I didn't see what it peaks at, but the whole situation has been lightning-y. And yesterday when I left, the lightning was just like all over the country, and now the lightning is having its own big parties. And so we definitely have an active situation. I think everybody within the truth community is telling everybody to stay on high alert, especially after that 6.5 California earthquake. We got a lot of rain moving through over the next few days, but this ain't our first rodeo. And then here is James Van Fleet. Second Atlantic tropical system could develop next week. There are 2 spots this could happen along a stalled front. Gulf Coast between New Orleans and Panama City. The second would be along the South Carolina and North Carolina coastlines. I'll post daily updates. Like I said, there's a chance this thing, the worst case scenario, and that's one of the reasons you come here, because I just lay out what could happen off all the runs I've seen. Worst case scenario, this thing could actually dip down into the Gulf, form to a major hurricane, pop Florida, move through, move back out over South Carolina, reform, and then curve into the upper Northeast. But we will continue to watch. And with all the variables, and dogs are awesome, by the way. So are cats. Dogs really don't like 4th of July. I don't know if you knew that. You do now. Tim Ballisti. Check out this thunderstorm outflow radiate in all directions in South Carolina late this morning. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Prince was fantastic. We will always miss you. So I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. I'm not done yet. Joe Bastardi, could be a hefty severe weather day in New England tomorrow, so pay attention. Newton describes his universal law of gravitation as producing a force between 2 objects, according to the quantity of solid matter which they contain, and propagates on all sides to immense distances, decreasing always as the inverse square of the distances. And I say, gravity, asterisk. Gravity's weird. Dakota Smith, Asteroid Fight Club All-Star, once again, tornadic supercell in Chugwater, Wyoming yesterday. I should drink more water. We should all drink more water. Because everybody's got to know how thirsty I am. Yeah, it's a pretty wild tornadic supercell in Chugwater, Wyoming. It's like Wyoming tornadoes becoming all the rage. And so, yeah, it's going to rain. This is the nav gem. This is on the 8th. There's a lot of rain for, what is that? There's a large spatial area. And this is the gem. And so the models don't know what WTF to do with that thing, that low we're watching. And like this has it taken it out to sea, but it has a weird curve, funky motion. And this from the California volcano. Since then, there have been 246 earthquakes in 24 hours. Yes, we are definitely on Asteroid Fight Club high alert for July. Told you that before. Well, I'm telling you again. And so I think there are a couple 4s in here, and it's percolating almost like popcorn. Yeah, ladies, by the way, I am single, unmarried, never been married with no children. And it's always fun to hang out during the summer and have a little fun in between all the madness. So yeah, everybody do something that will make future you proud. Oh, and I wanted to say, the plan is, one of the best laid plans of mice and men, is every week I want to start cutting together the best of the best videos from the truth community and putting them out on Sundays, and then edited videos from the best of the astrology community, putting those out on Saturdays. Hopefully I can get that done by this weekend. If not, it'll start next week, barring hacker problems. Okay, so we will do 1 or 2 model runs, and then I will dismiss class for the day. I just want y'all to know y'all are great. And so, as I've been pointing out for a while now, the models have been showing some weird chain of lows that comes off the coast. And kind of like I've never seen before. But it's a bunch of little lows. It's still weird looking. Now, it looks like the UK and England and Europe had a major record-breaking heat wave. I think they hit 114 degrees in France. And then that was followed by an immediate cool wave, which I think they're under now. There's our chain of lows. And then they're going to get another heat wave again, which the term I coined years ago, that Earth is a McDLT lava lamp, it really seems to apply. But the GFS doesn't actually do much with the low. So, but it does leave a little bit of a low over the low area, but it has it just kind of hang out, but it doesn't ever form anything. But either way, these rain patterns are pretty dang bizarre. Or not bizarre, just, yeah, okay, we'll go with bizarre. What are you wearing? Why'd I do that? Dude, stay classy. Okay, but like I said, nobody is really predicting a super hurricane or even a hurricane for Hawaii from Barbara. But there's a good chance you guys could get some really heavy rain with this. Or it could be a nothing burger. Either way, I'm watching it for you. Also, though, if my planetary alignment and pressure theory is correct, and that the planet pressure affects some of these hurricanes, then it's definitely just always to keep an eye on things for major anomalies outside of climatology. Okay, so this is CMC, and we will watch it again as it runs through, but this one doesn't show much of a problem for Florida and Alabama, but it's the one that kind of makes it look like it could be problematic as it moves out up the coast, causing heavy rains for Virginia, Maryland, possibly New Jersey. Then it takes it out to sea, but I had seen earlier models have it curve back up, and with everything retrograde, you never know, man. Okay. Oh, hey, we got a new run on the GFS. Everybody loves a new run on the GFS. Asterisk. Okay, now we will go over to the King Euro, and this is kind of the state of affairs. And I'm not surprised so soon after a total lunar eclipse. Okay, so you see what that does, dude? Like, so it dips down into the Gulf, and curves back around and smacks the Florida-Alabama state line, moves over Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and then goes out. So I would highly recommend keeping your eyes on this thing. And it maintains a pretty strong strength for a storm as it moves out. So crazy days indeed, my friends. Smoke them if you got them. Hey, I would really, 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 really like to say thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart and the top of my mind. You guys are super duper fantastic. And between y'all and God, y'all are the reason that I believe we can make this world a great place again and get back on track. So, God bless everyone. Let's have a great weekend and let's have a great summer. I want you to work really hard at having fun and do a little dancing. I am very glad, honored, and proud to be your Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7T. And I just got tingles all through my body and a big smile on my face. So just know that I love you guys and I appreciate you very much. And I'll talk to y'all in the very near future. Hopefully I can get one of those really cool, badass edited videos out today as well. Stay cool. May the force be with you always. And let us live long and prosper. God bless everyone. We are all kings and queens.